midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Flush to his right. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Jackson throwing again. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he's got Snead. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. 2nd quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They pitch it out to Collins. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Michael Crabtree, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are in for 6. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Show that bench release and go. Set. 230.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. C.J. Mosley coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Eat these two. Ready?
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again.
Here we go.
Terrell Suggs in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a 1st down run with Collins. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
On 1st and goal, Collins. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Collins now the lone man in the backfield, 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to Baltimore after this. Collins now the lone man in the backfield, 2nd and goal.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And it looks like Steeler football. It is.
Pardon me, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
Here we go. Ready? Let's fire!
They'll try and run for it with Bell. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Ravens taking the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On the crossing route, complete. That's Brown. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go.
Now Jackson on first down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Play action. Now Jackson steps away to his left. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. John Brown from 21 yards away. And the Ravens are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Za'Darius Smith able to drop him for a loss of 4. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Man open left side is Brown. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Gone! All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Jackson now. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They go play action with Jackson. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. Hot.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. Looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go. 3-19.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bud Dupree able to get in and bury him well behind the line for a loss of 17. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long.
Gun, 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 gun.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of, it's caught, inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
This is Collins on the toss. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On second down, Collins. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson looking to throw on third. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
Let's see what they have up their sleeve. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
Brandon, sometimes we give a lot of these running backs credit for being good receivers, and all they catch are swings and screens. Le'Veon Bell's a full member of the passing game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, whether he's split out of the backfield or not.
Well, no doubt he can catch it, coming off a career-high 85 receptions in 2017. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Throw left side complete. It's Bell. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very solid gain of 27. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? AV!
Now Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Terrell Suggs in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Roethlisberger will throw. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Martima Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Toss left. It's Collins. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Great time there to come up with his longest run of the night. We just saw it.
Leads to a lot of satisfaction because if they're able to hang on and win this game, you know what else will happen in the locker room after this?
What's that?
Head coach will step up and go, great job, guys. Because of that, come in a little bit later tomorrow.
Here we go.
Now a toss coming right is Collins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, baby. Woo.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. Caught right side. It's Snead. And he'll get it down here to the 43. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
4th down. Here's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give to Collins. Down to about the 22 here. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Hurry up. Here we go.
And again, it's Collins. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. This is Collins on the handoff. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position. But it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game. And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. One last shot for Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final.
G go too fast. I don't need wear no seatbelt. Bad look, got no upgrade. Now she got. How about the range on? Who is little baby? He going in. Man, these old rappers getting boring. They be taking shots, I ignore them. Send them to the hood while I'm touring. Making plays out of town like I'm Jordan. Need to go get your. Walk on my way, I'ma score it. Lamborghini, I don't want no Porsches. I'm on fire, don't touch me, I'm torching. Had the fish on my teeth, I went fortunate. Put the time on my back, I'm a horseman. One more year, I'ma make it a Forbes. They load me in the bay like he 40. I be sitting inside of the Moreland. Ain't no strings attached, keeping it cordless. She keep calling, but I keep ignoring it. Ain't no stopping, I'm keeping it for it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Man, they can't stop me, I'm going it. Every time I gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. I spent the whole M on some clothes. Got a bonus, I sold out the show. Gonna like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of my. I like when that white on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you. All of these my body, I got paid somebody keep checking my pose. Walking in the club with no one to take care of the money. They swing on the. Water on me like the sunny, I shine when it's sunny, just platinum and rose. Gonna out the street when I go to DC, I'ma see the mall. Every time I gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go. Every time I gone, I get another. Tryna leave me long, another. I'm like, baby, I know I'm wrong, but this just how life goes. And I know these be happy if I let you go. Got me walking on a thin line on my tippy toes. Crazy different city with some different. Here we go.
Crazy different city with some different. I can switch my the same way that I change my clothes. Man, it's crazy. I'm in envelope. And you know I'm never lacking. Gotta do it, that's up in traffic. Water on my body. In automatic.
don't know though. Tryna leave me alone, no though.
Tryna spend the whole M on some clothes. Got up on this, I sold out the show. Gonna like a pot on the stove. Yellow AP on all of my. I like when that wet on the toes. Picture me riding around in that rose. I put some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you.
Baby, could you? I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you sailing right now. Could you? I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero Dale, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. I'm on the road, I'm getting paid like what you want, baby. You a bougie, baby, but I love you, baby. Give you the world, baby. Pay $5 grand for a handbag like Saint Laurent, baby. You love that money, baby. 100,000 plus 100,000 my way. 30,000 plus 30,000 my wrist. We got those bad, that's I swear, baby, it was just kiss, now shit. How could I forget that you done for me? Baby, gonna take the charge and take the fall from me. Would love to take you shopping, but I'm in your toys. Sorry, little mama, I can give you more. Baby, could you? I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you sailing right now. Could you? I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero Dale, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah.
Gotta hit him on the jack. When you coming back, where's you at on the map? Everything is intact. Could've been a seamstress, still wouldn't cut him slack. Pretty much ain't got a clue. Itty bitty piggyback off everything I do. But I'm still dropping. Got him looking like James Harden at the awards. Back to you, I'm so into you. For real, bread, like I'm keen to you. If you a 10, I add 10 to you. They be mad when I 10 to you. That's what the bay like. Call me Buffy, cause that's what I slay like. These, I son them like it's daylight. These wanna know what it's like. What it like, yo, what it like, yo. They wanna know what it's like, yo. All this ice is like snow. Get kimonos and let's fly to Tokyo. Pretty, pretty, please, baby, won't you have this for me?
I got too much on my mind right now. I ain't got the time to get you sailing right now. I got too much on my mind right now. Tell that hero Dale, get my baby 30,000. Bar for me. Bar for me, yeah. 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 Look at you go. Okay, you better. Look. Go. Go. Look at you go. Okay, you better. Look.
Yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just see the bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. It's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser, my posse dipping, I raiding. We act the fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over baby. Put the bread on me, bet I'ma bake it. Big it flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cap a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take mama to the Marriott and got him. Took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about